Hello and welcome to Career Companion. In this video, I'll be talking to you about the rest of the elements we haven't talked about, like images, the companies list, favorites list, companies filter, and the map. Images are, well, they are what they sound like. They're just pictures that you can put in your application to help give your students information. We add them like we do all of our other elements. You scroll down here to images, add it in, and it gives you this placeholder. If you click on the placeholder, you have the option to change the image to any image file you have on your computer. So let's choose this upload icon. When we open it, it loads it up. If we save, then it should appear in our application. Now, images are designed to take up the whole width of the application and retain their aspect ratio, which is why it looks so obscure when it's this big. But on a mobile device, it should look fairly normal. So, those are images. Now the companies list, the favorites list, the company filter, and the map are all a little bit different. You don't actually edit any of that information in the application on this page. You just go find the element in the list and choose where you want to add it, and then the application will generate all of the information you need from the data that you've entered in a different place. So if we add a companies list, you'll see it says save and refresh to display companies, and that's how it is with all four of these different elements. Since we're generating these from data that we've retrieved from somewhere else on the site, we pull the data when the application is loaded, so when you add a new one, you have to save and refresh or they won't show up. So if we save the application, refresh, and we have a companies list with some dummy companies in it. Now let's look at how the companies list, the favorites list, the company filter, and the map all work together. So if we go to the companies page, turn edit mode off so I can treat this more like an application, then we have a companies list containing the information for 3 random companies, their name, their website, desired majors, other stuff. And if we go to the favorites page, there's not much in here right now, just a little disclaimer that goes on all of the favorite elements. But if we add a company to our favorites, then it'll appear there when we get back. And so we can add couple of them, all of them, doesn't really matter. If you add all of them, it's probably not going to help you very much. So let's go ahead and remove those for now. If we go to the filter page, we have 2 categories that we can filter from, and those are determined from the information we pulled from the site that's entered at the company's location. So we have our majors, architectural engineering, biomedical engineering, and computer information technology. If we check one of these are checkboxes by the way, then when we go back, we'll see that we had 3 companies and now we're missing the middle one. If we remove that element, go back, we'll see that we lost this company. They're only looking for art majors, which I assume is the architectural engineering. So if we select that, then it'll show up and one of the other companies is gone. So you can do any combination of the different categories we have. So we could say we're looking for computer information technology and we'd like to work for a nonprofit. So that would find all companies that have computer information technology and are a nonprofit, which we have one. You save the insert endangered species here. Now if we have more than one selected in here, like we were looking for BME and CIT, it'll look for either of these, not both of them together. So if there's one that's biomedical engineering or computer information technology and it's a nonprofit, then it'll show up. So, and that's how the filter works. Now if we go to the map, we'll see we have our 3 companies on the tables, and you can use the mouse wheel to scroll in and out and drag it around to see what it would be like to have pinch to zoom and be able to drag this stuff around. And whoops, there we go. So there's our 3 companies and they're at their tables. their little icons. And if we go back to our companies, let's go ahead and add a couple to our favorites. We go back to the map. You'll see the two we added change to a different color, so it's easier to find your favorites. And then you can click on the ones that aren't and make the title go away so it's not cluttering up the map. So if you noticed at the beginning of the video, I created a new companies list and put it on the home page while there was a companies list on the companies page. So you can have multiple companies lists, company filters, or favorites list, but if you look at the element dropdown right now, you can't find any maps. You're only allowed to have one map. And while you can have multiple lists and filters, it's probably not necessary to have more than one, but that option's there if you find a use for it. And that is the rest of the elements that you can add to your application. I hope these videos have helped you learn how to use the layout editor a little better, and if you still need help entering company information or figuring out how to use our map system, please visit the other sections of our help to find helpful videos on those.